what happens. I'm doing the Zoom on my iPad. I've never done Zoom on my iPad before. All right, and then I am going to mute everyone. All right, perfect. Okay, so ladies, we didn't have a bad start to 2018. I don't say 2015. I don't know why I was going to say that. We didn't really have a bad start. We didn't quite hit our goal. And we weren't as high as January 2017, but I don't think we did too bad coming out, being that we lost a lot of people, a lot of team members for 2017. And that's okay, because it's all about rebuilding and rebranding. And I truly want to make this year about helping you guys hit your goals. So I'm here to help with that, which is why we changed around our coaching calls. You know, I used to just set direct times for coach calls and everything. And I realized that it was really taking up a lot of my work time as well. And it's hard for me to be a good leader for you all and to pretty much lead by example if I'm always on the phone helping you all with your business and my business is sucking. So just know that Tuesdays are our coach call days. And I always post the times. It's 9 times out of 10, unless I have a family emergency or my kids need me for whatever reason, or it's a snow day or something like that. It's always from 10 to 1:30, 10 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. and then again from 5 to 7. You do not need to make an appointment. All you need to do is just call or text me or whatever, because Tuesdays are my days where it's dedicated to the team. I'm not doing anything else except sitting with my phone and in between time working on team stuff on the computer, okay? So do know now, I'm not saying that if it's something urgent, you have to wait till the following Tuesday if you missed your call or whatever, but what I'm saying is if it's something that is going to require a 30-minute discussion, we definitely need to make sure you call me on a Tuesday, because other than that, I'm going to be focused more on getting our team together, but as well as my business together so that we can be bigger. So another thing, shoot. I had it all nice and set too. Daggone it, so I get for touching stuff. There we go. All right, so that being said, I have kind of lowered our team goal. So I have always pushed that myself, but anybody that's on my team, you guys seem to catch my goal bug and you want to go big and go home as well. So I had this massive goal after coming back from Dana's leadership retreat to do 750,000 in sales as a team as a whole. Not saying that I don't believe that we can do it, but after really sitting and thinking about it, my actual goal for us was 500,000, because I know within my heart we can totally do that. Last year we almost did 400,000. The year before that we did over 400,000. So there's no reason why we can't do 500,000. But I was getting amped up and listening to other leaders tell me you can do it, why not go for it? So pretty much I was living their goal. And this year I'm not necessarily listening to a lot of people. I'm going with my gut, and my gut says that we can absolutely do 500,000. Now, if we surpass and do 750, hell yeah, we'll do a big celebration. But I think 500,000 is good for us. So our team sales goal, and this is without my sales, all right, because our team sales goal always includes my sales. Without my sales, I would love for you guys to do 30,000 each month. That is so doable because we have about 40 people on this team.
That was nice.
So, so it's absolutely doable, especially if you're consistently doing parties, even if you're only doing 4 a month. As long as you're doing parties, it's totally possible. So I am rewarding this year on sales and parties as a combination, not either or. The only reason why is I found last year a lot of the ladies, and that's about the reason why they left, they didn't feel they were making money because they were using all of their profit and putting it back into the business and buying up all this inventory and not having any parties. And that's not why you came into this business. You came into this business to actually make some type of money, to pay off a wedding. Rosalind's paying off, she's getting married in September. So she signed up just so that she can pay for her wedding. And Sadana wants some extra cash. Okay, yeah. She wants some bingo money because this girl here, she plays bingo like it's nobody's business. But you know, why pay your bill, use your bill money to pay for bingo? So she wants some extra money for that. She has big goals. I
have a couple of trips.
Yeah, couple of trips. All right. Yeah, Shalina is a stay-at-home mom to 2 little ones. So this is pretty much helping to supplement her income. So definitely want to do that. And Leah pays her car note and other bills and credit card bills and stuff with the extra money, though she works a full-time job. So we all have different goals. So I want to reward you guys by doing parties. All right. And speaking of parties, I want to actually, something that I learned, and I used to teach this, but I never taught it this way, how to actually know how to make your profit, how much money you actually made, and what to do with your money when you actually get it, all right? So we're going to go off of a simple party because everybody, with the exception of Shalina and I, are at, oh, and Leah, you all are at 30% right now, right? Everybody's at 30%. Rosalind, I know you are. Sadana, you are for right now. When you do the, you're at 30% right now. Just nod your head, yes. When you when you do the IEP program, who here does not know what the IEP program is? Raise your hand if you have no clue what I'm talking about. Okay, that's the loan program. Yep. All right. So when you sign up for the Inventory Advantage program, they're going to loan you interest-free $1,000 in product. You pay it back just half. And 5 installments at $99, and that's it. But you can actually make a good 50% profit from that because you're selling off the rest of the money. So that's, do you understand that? So that's good, 50% profit. That will also give you an increased percentage to 35%. All right, so you go from 30% to 35%. And then when you tack on the rest of your parties, you move up to 40%. Okay, so as long as you do another $1,000 within your 60 days, you can hit 40%. So for right now, we're going to stick with the 30%. So you guys can do the math. And if you want to write this down, because I'm a visual person, so when I wrote it down, I actually saw it, it made perfect sense to me. All right. So we're going to go based off of the party average for the company as a whole, which is $500. All right. So everybody go ahead and write down $500. Okay. And then 30% of $500 is going to be $150. All right. And that's what you made at your party, is $150. All right. So most people will say, yay, I'm doing 30%. I made $150. Yes, I'm going to take that money and I'm going to run. No, because you actually didn't make $150. All right. Sometimes you made a little more. Sometimes you actually make a little less. The best way for you to find out how much you actually made with your profit is to put in your party order. So this is where you go on our COO. If you don't know what COO is, it's coo.pureromance.com. That's our mothership of where we get all of our trainings and videos and all of that good stuff. You're going to place an order. So everything from that $500 party that you sold or gave away, okay, because you got to account for that too. If you gave away a heart massager, if you gave away a coochie, you have to account for that. You're then going to put all of that in your shopping cart. All right. Now, I always say shop during a sale. Don't ever shop when there is no sale unless you have no inventory and you have to get it to them, because we technically only have about 2 weeks to get them their items. Okay. So, but 9 times out of 10, there's always a sale going on. Pure Romance always has a sale just about every single day. So go ahead and put in your order. And what it's going to do is it's going to deduct your 30%. It's going to add your tax and shipping. And then it's going to deduct whatever percentage if there's a sale or whatever. And then from there, it's going to give you your total, what you actually owe after tax and shipping. All right. You're going to take that total and subtract it by how much you actually collected. So this is where you're going to be using Pure Sale. This is where you're going to make sure you put in payments and put in how they paid so that you know this person paid cash. So $50 cash, or you got about $200 of it in cash that goes straight into the bank. The rest of that $300 you collected, you got to remember, if you're using Square, they're taking 2.25% of that. So the best way for you to know how much you're actually getting in your bank account is to go into your Square, go to reports, and it will tell you how much is going to deposit into your account.
What is Square?
Square is the credit card swiper. You have that in your kit. You have a little white Square swiper in your kit. It will be in one of these buckets. In one of these.
Oh, once I get it?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes. Once you get it, then you'll see it. So Google Square reader, like what I was using at the party to swipe with. All right. So they have, and you can go into the reports and see what's collected. So let's just say 2.25% of 300. Let's just say they took out $20. Okay. So that's actually $280 that you're bringing in, plus the 200. So that's actually $480 that you're bringing in from that $500 party. But your total for bringing everything back in only cost you, because you shopped during a sale, $200. Okay, that's a damn good sale, but it costs you $200. So your profit, 200 minus the 480, is going to be 280. Okay, you all understand? We're good right now? Okay, perfect. So then from that 280, that's your actual profit. We are going to divide that by 3. Okay, so let's just say 270 for shits and giggles, because it's been a while since I do math in my head. So let's just say 270. All right, so 270 divided by 3 is $90. Okay, so you're going to take your first $90, you're going to put that back into the business. All right, because you always want to, any new stuff that's out, any business supplies you need to get, catalogs, blah, blah, blah. That's what you want to use to bring back into the business. And you want to stick to that $90. That's it. Don't go over that. The next $90 you're going to put into your Y account. That's your goal account. Rosalie, that would be like your wedding account, stuff like that. That's your Y, all right? The last $90 is your debt. Whatever credit card debt you have, whatever bill you have to pay, that's where that $90 goes, okay? That's how you break it down. Now, the great thing is you are actually, since you're only paying your bills once a month, you're only doing this once a month. So you're keeping a record of it each and every time after you party. So by the end of the month, you can look and say, okay, I now have, say, $1,000 saved up. I'm supposed to put this amount back into the business, and you can place one big order. I'm supposed to put this amount into my Y, and you open up a separate account. So I would say something where you have to actually drive to it so that you won't be so tempted to go and pull it out just because. So, or you can even do like an online account, like something that's going to really bring you back in some money. And then the last one, your debt, you're just going to pay it to your creditors, okay, whoever you owe. But that's how you know how much money you bring in. And if you keep an Excel spreadsheet on it, it actually helps. And you, in that way, you won't say, I'm doing all this partying and I don't see where my money's going. Well, it's probably because you're stopping on your way home to Taco Bell or McDonald's. And that was me. I used to do the same thing. And I was like, I just had a $1,200 party. How come I only have $200 left over? This makes no sense. It was because I was spending my money before I actually broke it down. So, and if your why is just, you just want extra cash, then you got that extra cash, okay? Then from there, you can also pull it from that account, put it in a cute little money can, and I'll show you a money can in a little bit. You put it in the money can, you can put it in an envelope in cash and like hide it under your mattress. Something where if you need that money, you want to keep the cash for it, you can. This is also great where if you're coming to a national training or world conference, which I need to know who's coming to World Conference, because so far it's just me and Shalina. I need y'all to get on the ball and come out to World Conference, please and thank you. Just saying. World Conference is in Cincinnati.
I thought it was going.
And it's April 18th through the 21st, and Saturday. Well, technically, and Sunday.
That's during the week.
It's Thursday through Sunday. It's a Thursday through Sunday.
The 18th is Wednesday.
18th is with, okay, then
It is Wednesday. Or maybe
classes
it's
start Thursday. Registration start Wednesday.
18th.
Yeah, 18th through the
I think I'm
22nd.
available. I just need to know.
Who's that? Who that here? I can't see who it is. I see Blossom 2. Who is Blossom 2?
Blossom.
Hello. Oh, hey, Melanie. I'm like, who is Blossom? I have no idea who that is. What's up, Melanie?
Hi.
We're just going over how to find your money, how to actually figure out what your actual profit is and how to divide it up and everything. So just catch up on the recording. I'm recording this, so when I replay, you can catch up on the replay. All right, Melanie's in Pennsylvania. Yeah, it's still recording. So that's our World Conference. She's in the Philly area. No, she's not. I lied. She's in the Reading area. Reading, PA area.
Close.
Yes, Reading, PA area. So World Conference, so the cost of it is $300. Again, if you are in registration ends March 17th, but you are doing your party and put that money to the side to pay for it. And you can always find a roommate with your, because we have thousands of consultants, all of them looking for roommates. You split the cost 4 ways, and then you are able to go on the trip. Now, if you can't go to World Conference, the next one is National Training, which is the first weekend in August. It's that Thursday through Sunday. Whatever that first Thursday through Sunday in August is. Not quite sure on the cost of it yet. They haven't announced the cost of it as of yet. They usually do a payment plan for that. Again, all this is a tax write-off, but it's tons and tons of learning. This is something you get to network and meet other consultants. It's something that you actually want to invest in, especially if you want to better your business. Okay. Let's see what else. So our February goal is going to be, I'm keeping it low. I'm making it 30,000. I can tell you last year we did 54,000 as a team. Take away my 10,000 that I did in February. So 44,000 as a team that you all did. So 30,000 should be nothing. And I haven't changed it. I thought I did. I have to change the incentive that I have pinned up. Remember, every $600 party you do, just go ahead and put it in that, what's it called? In the post, in the pin post. No place else, just in the pin post. Your level, the date of your party, your hostess, how much the sales were, if they're $600 or more, so that you could be entered to win and you'll get PR gear from me. So Leah was our winner for January. She won our Uptown Girl sweatshirt, which is on its way. It didn't come. They said it's supposed to get here like Monday or Tuesday. So I'll get it. But it's gorgeous.
I knew it looked super cute. I had the picture saved on my phone.
Yeah, it is, and it's comfy, and it has deep pockets. I have one. So yeah, it's long. You can wear it with leggings. It's really cute. I love it. So she was over there. Yes.
Since my party that I'm having is on the 24th.
Mm-hmm.
So my goals will be for March.
Pretty much, but we can talk about your goals because we haven't had our call yet. So I would say for right now, your February goal could be to get however many parties you want to get for March. So that could be your February goal. Yep, is to get more parties, but we'll set up an actual measured number so that we can actually go for it. Mm-hmm. So that is our goal for February. Also, I am doing another contest, another incentive, and this is ongoing until it's actually hit. So my big goal, what I've always wanted, even from last year, is to get $3,600 override checks. That is like my big thing, and I want them consistently, and I feel this year is my year to do it, especially with our amazing comp plan. Right now, my override checks range anywhere from $1,200 to say about $1,600, which is great. I'm not complaining, but I want my $3,600 override check. So I want to be able, since it's not up to me how much my override checks is, it's up to you guys to give me my override checks. I'm doing a separate contest, almost like the monthly incentives that we're doing. When you put in your every $1,000 party that you do, you're going to put it in another post. And that whenever I hit a $3,600 override check, I'm going to pull a winner from that. And that person is going to win $300 in product from me. And every time this year, every time I get a $3,600 override check, I'm going to pull somebody from that post and you're going to get $300 in product from me. So we don't get free product anymore. This is a chance for you to get some free product. So if you're in it to win it, start picking up the phone. And once Nayo is done, we're going to talk about different ways to get some parties, and we're going to do sponsoring and stuff like that. So other announcements, because I want to say she's here. If she's not here, then that's my husband. Nope, that's Nayo. Other announcements that we have. March 4th is our East Coast training. That is with Dana Barish. Dana Barish is our upline. She's been doing this for 15 years now. Hey, honey. She's been doing it for 15 years now. And it's like pretty much a mini national training on the East Coast scale. So people are coming from far and wide, from all over for this one-day event. It starts at 10 a.m. It's in Annapolis. And it's from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And it's going to be all board members who are going to be teaching classes. So I'm going to be one of the teachers there. This is a great way for you to network and everything else, to get to know other ladies, to learn how to get more parties on your books. So highly, highly, highly recommend that you come because of that. And our meetings are usually the first Sunday of every month. I'm not doing a team meeting in March, all right, because of that, because first Sunday, we all need to be at East Coast training, all right? So carpool, even my PA girls, there are going to be tons of people from PA coming down there. So great way for you to carpool and make it down there. If anybody wants to ride with me, if you're in this area, you can definitely ride with me and make it down there because it's awesome. All right. We are setting up a social event though. In March, we're going to do a vote because I am thinking Dave and Buster's. It's been a minute since, I know, it's been a while since we've done. I haven't been in years, but I would love for us to do a social event for all of us. The thing is, I want to do it where sometimes my northern ladies aren't going to be able to participate. Okay, thanks. Our northern people aren't going to be able to participate, and sometimes our southern Maryland girls aren't going to be able to participate. But I want to be able to be where we can meet them halfway. So there is a Dave and Buster's 15 minutes from my house. I could be selfish and say, yeah, we're going to go there. So it's closer to me, but I'm thinking I want to do a vote and see who wants to go to the Dave and Buster's right at Arundel Mills. And so that way, oh, Nayo's like, yeah, do that one. So then that way we can, the Southern Maryland girls could come up this way. And then the next social event that we do, because I'm trying to make it at least once a month that we do something fun as a team. We'll do something further north so that our PA girls can participate in that as well. And it's always going to be a Sunday. We're on Sunday Fun Day. And it's just, no, I mean, we can wear our PR shirts because it's all about marketing. We always want to do parties, but alcohol can be involved. It's totally
super
fine.
Excited about that.
Yeah. We can do a movie. We can do whatever. So if you have any ideas or you see something you want to share, pole dancing, like somebody had recommended pole dancing, we can totally do that. If you think of anything you want to do, please let me know. Just post it. I don't want to be in charge of coming up with social activities. I don't, because I don't do all of that. So if you guys think of something, paint night, anything like that, let me know. Yeah, you said what?
I haven't been to.
You haven't been to Dave and Buster's? Oh,
No. Paint night.
Oh, paint night. Okay,
Yeah,
so maybe paint night can be another. And since everybody in here is actually on my first level,
Ooh, look at us go.
I know. I feel special. My girl's on here too. Yes. So we'll probably make it maybe even a daughter date night because I'm going to start doing that as well, where it's just for my first line. It might be something as simple as come to my house and have pizza and wine, or we're going to go out to dinner or do a movie or something like that. But it's just for the first level. So just a way for me to show you that I do love y'all too. All right. Okay, so we're going to get started with our guest speaker because she just arrived. And then we don't want to take up too much of her time. And then we'll go over, it says sponsor. I came up with a new sponsoring game that I'm super excited about, and it's been working really well. And booking games, and then recognition, and if you have any questions at the end. All right. So I have known this chick for the last 10 years since I've been in business, and she was actually my mentor when I came into the business. My sponsor lived 2 hours away, so I wasn't under Dana at first. My sponsor was 2 hours away, and I was just like, well, she told me go to meetings, I go to meetings. And so this Spitfire was always, I was like, who is this chick? I don't know who she is, but she was making bank, and I knew I wanted to be like her. So she took me under her wing and was able to, ooh, let's mute ourselves, ladies. If you're on, go ahead and mute yourself. But she has been rocking and rolling, and then she took it a step further because at the time we were with slumber parties. Well, slumber parties was not her dream. It just helped to get her to her dream, which has always been numbers. She's always been a numbers girl. And so she left slumber parties and started her own accounting business. And she's been rocking and rolling for the last,
Since 2009 now.
good Lord.
I know.
Really?
Yeah.
It was 9 years?
Yeah.
Wow. So she's going to come here and talk to us about, because we have so many, in fact, everybody here, with the exception of one girl on Zoom, they're all brand spanking new. She just signed up 2 days ago.
Oh, nice.
So they would love whatever tax tips you could give, bookkeeping tips you can give, putting profit, all that good, because you know. So
yes.
Exactly. So Nayo's going to be here to show us how to do it. And then she has a special for us ladies as well that Mama actually might take advantage of. So give it up for Miss Nayo Carter, y'all. I'm going to make sure, okay, everybody is on mute. Okay, hi, people.
Just don't step on the baby. Don't step on the baby.
Cat has already. We did. She's like, all right, you see me, we good. So Nakia told me to wear my little fancy socks. I love the Minions. So.
Yeah, she does.
Bella.
I really like Minions.
Yes, I do. So, like Nakia said, I was with Slumber Parties. I have been in direct sales for over 10 years. So, initially, I started with Mary Kay. Yeah, so surprisingly, makeup at the time was not my thing, but I heard I could make some money, and I was in college. So I said, okay, let's do this. I was with Mary Kay for about 3 years and then moved over to Slumber Parties. And I stayed with Slumber Parties for 7 years and decided, okay, let's pursue the accounting business full time. So at the time, I was doing Slumber Parties, or just like you guys, I was working a full-time job in addition to. And I also had a retail store. So I'm a little hustler now. Yeah, I was very busy because I'm all about the earning potential and putting money in the bank and having a side hustle, making sure that in case anything ever happens, you and your family are taken care of. So I got hit by the recession. 2008 happened, and in 2009 I lost my full-time job. So it was okay though, because I had Slumber Parties at the time to be able to rely on, and so I dove right in full-time. Nakia said we met at a monthly meeting, and it's funny because Dana was actually my sponsor. I wound up rolling up to her because my initial sponsor was my cousin, and she dropped out of the business. This business is not easy, and once you start, you have to continuously work it. The money's not just gonna land in your lap. You got to work for it. So I applaud you. 2 days in, that's awesome. You're at a meeting already. Kudos to you, because this is what it's going to take in order for you to jumpstart your business. Like, it's just not going to happen by you looking at your kid.
And the meetings are, what was I going to say?
They're informative. They're also
Things
social. And the reason you attend them
inspirational.
Yes,
that's what I was going to say.
Inspirational. But you also can network with other consultants who could be doing something better than you. So, like, for instance, Nakia used to come to my parties, and she picked up some of the things that I learned from other consultants to make more money. Like, Nakia, do you do packages? Not anymore. Now, okay, so at one point in time, we used to do packages because we used to get things in bulk, and I found out that when you can increase the sale at the party from one person by just bundling. It's kind of like the McDonald's effect. When you go and you say, I want a fish fillet, and they ask you, do you want a meal? And you get the fries and the drink for that. And they upcharge you just a little bit more, but it increases the average sale. That's important to know, because if you're in this business and you need money, you got to figure out a way to increase your average sale. So I'm here to talk about the tax side of the business, as well as some of the bookkeeping issues, things that I find with people in multi-level marketing. I had a whole post. My tax professionals dislike multi-level marketers very, very, very much. And part of the reason is because you guys keep terrible records. Yep. And some of you have been promised that you can write off everything in the kitchen sink, and that's just not accurate. There are certain things you need to keep track of in order to be able to write it off. And there are write-offs included for things that you would normally pay for on a daily basis. So, like, for instance, a home office deduction. You'll get to write off a percentage of the utilities and the mortgage interest or your rent, but there are certain rules you must follow in order to get that deduction. It's just not automatic. So we're going to dive into a couple of those things. one of the things I encourage you to do, since all of you are new, is set up a separate bank account for your business and your personal transactions. So if you're using PayPal, make sure you set up a separate one solely for business. This will make it so much easier when it's time for you to compile your data to figure out what your income and expenses are. So is everybody doing that already? Yes, no, maybe so?
No.
Really, no.
So, and it doesn't have to be a fancy business checking account. It can be a separate personal account so that you don't have to pay the business fees, but you just want to make sure it's separate. And I know you need the money to pay your bills. So what you're going to do is then either transfer it into your personal account or write yourself a check so that it kind of mimics the idea of having a payroll check, but not really. And I tell people, make it a flat amount just so you'll know exactly what it is. So if you have a party and your party sales were $800 and after expenses you got $300 left over, write yourself a check for $200. Leave $100 in the bank for business expenses. Don't take all the money out. But we don't want, in that checking account, we don't want to see star nails because you ain't got your nails done. You get what I'm saying? Well, we don't want to see Victoria's Secret. When you have those transactions mixed like that, that is called commingling to the IRS. So in case you ever get audited, they'll want to see those bank statements. And if they see that kind of stuff, they could potentially disallow all your deductions because they could say, we can't tell what's business and what's personal. And so we want to avoid that at all costs, right? Okay. So that's tip one, the separate bank account. And again, even if you're using PayPal, because I know some people use PayPal to take to send out invoices, keep a separate one from the one you use to buy your LuLaRoe. Okay. Tip one. Tip two, the most important, one of your biggest deductions will be your auto deduction. And you guys will need to keep track of mileage. Now, this is important. There are 3 mileage numbers you'll need to keep track of. That is your business miles, and those are your miles to and from your parties, to and from the post office if you're making deliveries and drop-offs, to and from the store if you're buying supplies for the business. You'll also need to keep track of your commuting miles, which are if you're working a job, those are the miles to and from work. To and from work. And then your personal miles. So really, you don't really need to keep track of the personal miles. You just need to keep track of all the miles you drove for the year, because then you can back into the personal and other miles.
You said post office parties.
Post office parties, and then any store. So say if you go to Walmart to buy supplies for the business, specifically for the business, you're not just going to Walmart to go grocery shopping. And meetings, yes. Meetings, driving to and from meetings. Yes. There are mileage apps out there. A few of them are free. Everlance is one. TripLog is my favorite. It's not free, but the price is really inexpensive. And then Mile IQ is another very easy one to use. That one is a little pricier, but it's really pretty when you open it up in the app store.
That's what matters.
Yeah. Some people like the aesthetics, it's just easy, kind of swipe left, swipe right. But Mile IQ. That's the air quote. That gets me at home all the time. So you'll need to keep track of those. So 99% of the time, the standard deduction will be higher for mileage. And basically what that is the IRS rate times your business miles. But you still need to keep track of all 3 of those numbers in order to take that deduction. But the other side of that is you can have the actual expense. And if you want to go through the process of taking that deduction, you'll also need to keep track of all of your expenses, such as gasoline, auto insurance, if you have a car payment, the interest on that loan, if you're paying for a lease, the lease payments, any repairs and maintenance. So you can take one or the other, not both. Actual
sounds easier.
The standard is usually easier, absolutely. And 99% of the time is a higher deduction than the actual one. Yeah. But either method, you'll need those 3 numbers. And Nikia, everybody that's here has been invited via Facebook, right? Yeah. So afterwards, I'll post a link to a blog post that I wrote about the mileage, so you guys have all the information written out too. So I try to make things easy for you. So we talked about checking account, mileage. Home office is another tricky one. Home office is a good deduction because, again, you get to write off space in your home that you're using for office. Now, the key with the home office deduction is that it needs to be used exclusively for business. It's not, the kids' playroom that you sometimes do work in. And it does not have to have a door. So it doesn't have to be an office specifically with a door. It just needs to be a space you use exclusively for business. And it could be you have a cabinet that you use to store your inventory. That's still space. What I tell people is take that blue tape and tape it off and measure out that square foot because you'll need that. It's important. Home office. It's a good deduction. Now there's 2 methods to tracking that too. The IRS try to make it easy for you now. You can either take the actual or the simple method, which is $5 times the square footage of the space you're using for the business. Make sense? Yeah. Logical. Yes, they try to make things easy. But again, exclusive, you're using it exclusively for business. So when we go in your office, we don't want to see an ironing board. We don't want to see the kids' playpen.
Do they ask for pictures?
Every once in a while, if you get audited, they will want to see a picture.
That's
they will
I was going to wait to ask.
Yeah.
Like,
they will actually, they could possibly come to your house and want you to see the space. So I always recommend that you take a picture of it because that'll, if you ever get audited, Here you go. Here's a picture of the space. This is what it looks like. Here's the tape, and you, if you want, measure it out with it so they can see how large this space is or small. But it can be an actual room. It can be, if you have a garage and your space you're using in the garage, it could be garage space as well. Got it? Mm-hmm. Now,
you said it was $5 times the space.
$5 times the square footage of the space. So, like for instance, if you're using a room and the room is 8 by 10, the square footage is 80 because it's 8 times. You just gonna multiply those 2 numbers. Now, if you want to take the actual method, 99% of the time will yield you the higher deduction. You'll need not only the square footage of the space you're using, but the entire home. And again, you'll need to keep track of all the expenses for the house: repairs and maintenance, insurance, mortgage, interest, real estate taxes, rent if you're paying rent, utilities, not including the internet or the home telephone, because those are not included. But sewage, water, gas, electric are included. Got it? Mm-hmm. Now, so those are like key things. One of the other things that always kind of trips you guys up is uniforms. Let's talk about that. Nikki, I need you to come in here real quick because I want to show off your shirt.
I'd like her shirt.
I'd like her shirt too. So some people will buy clothes for your events and your parties, but unless it is embroidered some kind of way to clearly identify what the business is, then it's not a uniform. So if this was just a plain black shirt that you're like, I'm wearing it to my parties, if you can wear it anywhere else, it is not a uniform. Okay. Gotta be embroidered or blinged out like this in order for it to be a deduction.
And they have those shirts on PR Gear, button-down shirts just like this with Pure Romance in the corner. On PR Gear, y'all gotta get with it.
I keep thinking about it. I saw them in the shop.
They have a nice button-down gray shirts, pretty button-down, professional looking. Yes,
I'm taking that. Mm-hmm. I'm not the dress and skirt and high heels thing.
Oh, you're not. Okay, you're the. Mm-hmm. So I like blazers. That's my thing.
No, I think they're adorable. I just don't know about on me.
Yeah, I'm not a skirt girl. I like dresses, but I don't like skirts. So I have 2 skirts in my closet, and I keep looking at them like, I'm not gonna wear you. I kind of need to get rid of you. But you know, like I because I do these types of talk, like as you see, I pinked out for you girls today.
Yes,
And
she
show
did.
colors. See my lips?
Yes, she
Pinked out for you guys, but you know, unfortunately, I couldn't just go buy this blazer and be like, I bought this for the Pure Romance talk. It doesn't work like that because I can wear it to church, I can wear it to the grocery store, so it's not specifically for the business. But the shirt clearly identifies First Step Accounting. It is a uniform. I can, even though I could wear it somewhere else, it's branding. So that is key. Oh, uniforms, and then that's one other thing. Oh, meals and entertainment. This is a big one. When it comes to meals, unless you are meeting with a client, it is not a deduction. So I know some people are like, oh, I'm going to, on my way to a party, I'm going to stop and get me a cup of coffee. It's not a deduction.
I never thought it would be. That's your cup of coffee.
You'd be so surprised. Yes, they go to
I'm
McDonald's.
on the clock and I'm getting a coffee.
It's not a deduction. So like on Saturdays, some of you may have multiple parties. Like you might do a party early in the day and then one later in the evening. And in the middle, you're like, I'm hungry. It's not a deduction, even though you have 2 parties.
Oh, even though you're working, it's not.
Nope. Now, if you were meeting with a client in between that time and the client's coming and you want to talk to her about maybe joining the business and you buy her something to eat, or you guys, it is a deduction. But you need to mark down who you met with, what date and time.
What books you looking for? Right here on the stuff.
What date and time, who you met with, and what the purpose was. So if you're, because you guys will want to sponsor, that is huge in making money in this business. So take them to Starbucks. I'm going to buy you some coffee. Take them to dinner. If you're taking the client to dinner, it is a deduction. Even if they decide not to sign up, but you're meeting with them with the intent on having some type of business relationship. So you can't take your husband to dinner or your girlfriend to dinner and be like, hey, we talked about business for one hot second. It's a write-off. No. Same thing for vacations, because that's another thing I hear. People go out of town. I left my business card in the store. That means I can write the whole trip off. No, you cannot. You have to, when you're going away, you have to have a business meeting already set up in order to write off the trip.
Now, if you go into Disney World, you happen to have a party while you're down there.
You have to have the party set up in advance.
Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah.
She does.
But the trick is, now you have the business event set up. You have to then look at how many days are spent on personal activities and how many days are spent on business. Now you have to prorate.
Oh, I do.
Okay.
Based on, I have Mile IQ, so I know what mileage I'm using to go to the party and everything.
Yes.
That's
See, she got it down pat. So I did want to leave some time for you guys to ask questions, because I know this type of stuff is always like tricky.
So the best way is doing a separate bank account and like a spreadsheet type thing, so that you would know.
I love Excel so much.
Now, although
I'm asking because I don't know nothing.
You don't know anything.
Only
So
2 days.
2 days, okay. Now, Excel I use all the time. Spreadsheets, Excel numbers.
So easy. It's on Google.
Google
with my email.
Yes. My only issue is that with spreadsheets are a data manipulation software. So there's no real checks and balances there. I believe that every business should have some type of bookkeeping software. There are free ones out there. Look at Wave Accounting, Wave apps.
Wave or Wade?
Wave, W-A-V-E. Wave apps.
That makes it better. I'm all for it.
It's not my favorite, but it is free and perfect for when you're just starting out and you really haven't made a lot of money yet. Because the goal in business is not to spend a ton of money, because I'm assuming you got in business so that you can earn some money, not to spend all the money that you get. Right? So WaveX is great to start out. You start out free, and you can sync it with your bank account. So what it does is pull in those transactions. So once it makes it easy because you're now using the separate checking account, and it pulls it in.
Set that up first.
Yes. Yeah, it's very cool. It also has the feature that you can add your personal stuff, and you can kind of look at your personal work and in addition to the business. So it's very good. So I would recommend you start, one, by opening up the bank account, and then two, Wave accounting. It's free.
I have another account that I can use instead of opening up another one because I don't
use
really
it out.
use my payroll, just go part of it in that one. And I use my other bank account for the main one.
You can do that too. Yeah. Yeah, totally. Now, because you got part of your payroll check going in there, those amounts that go in there that coming from your payroll check is not income for your business.
It's only $25.
Even if it is, I just don't want you to record because then you'll be paying taxes on stuff that's not really income. Think about it that way. So when you're classifying it in your accounting records, it's equity that you're putting in it. So it's an owner's investment. Okay.
Does it have to be a checking account? Or could it be a savings?
It could be a savings account, but I say checking because if you're buying stuff for the business, so say you go to Walmart, you need some supplies.
Okay.
You want a card to kind of swipe.
Mm-hmm. I do, but I just wanted to know if it had to be a checking account.
Nope. Not at all.
All right, ladies, you can unmute yourselves now if you have questions for Nayo as well.
Yes, unmute. Ask some questions.
No questions.
None?
No.
How long have you been in business? How about that?
3 months.
3 months. Okay.
Since November, right? Yeah.
Okay. Now, how are you keeping track of your sales for your parties?
Just pen and paper for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when you're recording, how are you collecting the funds? You take cash, checks, and credit cards?
No checks yet, but all cards through PayPal.
PayPal, okay.
Yeah.
Are you a separate PayPal for your business?
Not yet, no.
We actually get Square now with our new kids.
Okay.
They're actually currently working with Square at 2.2%.
Nice.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah, does it even change anymore if you get the reader? It used to be a higher percentage.
It used to be
without.
higher with the
It's
reader,
still
so
gonna
there's
be
a
higher
link.
without.
It's going to be a little bit higher, but they worked out the discount with that too.
I never did get the reader.
So what I recommend, if you get the reader, so Nikki is telling me you guys are working with Square now, get the chip reader, pay that $50 for it. It's a business write-off.
Yes.
But the reason I'm telling you to pay for the chip reader is because if somebody reports the transaction as fraudulent, you won't be responsible for some of those fees. But if you're using the swipe and that card had a chip, you could be responsible for not only the chargeback, but any administrative costs that had anything to do with.
Yeah, and the banks will not protect you.
Right.
I got mine off of OfficeDepot.com.
Oh, they sell them in Staples. I went to Staples and just bought mine. And it'll be the best $50 you ever had and the thing is Bluetooth. So that swipe thing, half the time it works, half the time it doesn't. It's a nuisance if you've ever used it. You used it, but even the PayPal one is a nuisance.
Yeah, and I've stopped using PayPal mainly because there have been because PayPal is associated with something fraudulent with different banks. Certain banks don't like PayPal anymore, so even if money is in their account, we'll see that it's PayPal and we'll decline it and freeze their account.
And we
So
don't
I
really
stopped
want to do
using
that.
them and I stick with Square.
PayPal also always 99.9% of the time will side with the customer. So if they report the transaction as fraudulent and you have already given them product, it's basically like they got free product, even though you prove that they use it. So I PayPal is easy to set up, just like Square. So I would never tell anybody not to use PayPal, but as you get into business, a little further into business, you can start looking at other business tools that aren't always free. I like Square. Square has a great integration. I'm a QuickBooks girl. I love QuickBooks. QuickBooks Online.
Always.
Yes.
When we first started.
QuickBooks has a
special.
yeah. QuickBooks has a couple of different versions. They have the self-employed version, and then they have Simple Start, Essentials, and Plus. So the self-employed version is $10 a month, I believe it is. If you're interested in looking at QuickBooks, let me know before you buy anything, because I can give you a link so that you can get a discount on it. Okay. But for the online version.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow, we had it at my full-time job and they got rid of it for some reason.
They did. They had QuickBooks. It does have an app. You can use it on the phone too. Now the self-employment version, they have a mileage tracker in the self-employed version.
That's nice.
It is, but I haven't used that per se, but I'll tell you the functionality of it is in comparison to like QuickBooks Simple Start is that there are some things you just can't do, like change the chart of accounts pretty much, which sounds like a foreign language to you girls, but to an accountant like me, it's like, ugh, I can't add this account. But it basically mimics your Schedule C on your tax return so that it makes it easy. And then it also works very well if you're still commingling or using your personal account that has both business and personal transactions. Yeah. So you're fresh into the new year. You guys should be pulling January bank statements for any and every account you used for business purposes. If you haven't already, pull those bank statements down, go through, highlight all the income, highlight all the expenses. I'll give you guys a worksheet too that you can use. It's a PDF. What I recommend is that you get one of those 9x12 envelopes, take the thing to the front, stick any receipts in the front of it. That way you got January's expenses all in one place, along with copies of the bank statements. So you have a paper copy. And then if you're fancy like me, you can digitize them and scan them all into, so then you got a digital copy too.
Do you still like Mary Ann Stevenson's?
Her spreadsheet is pretty cool, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I can upload that. Mary Ann Stevens is another Pure Romance consultant, but she was a slumber, and she used to share her spreadsheet where you could put in your parties, how much you actually gave away to the hostess, how much discounts you gave, and it pretty much is just plug it in.
Yeah.
It's everything, including your orders that you put in.
Now, one of the things about this spreadsheet that I did like is that she had some calculations on there, so you can figure out your average party sale, your average per guest, and the average number of people at the parties. And this is important because when you go to, try to improve your numbers, you know what your baseline is. So like I mentioned the packages, I knew initially when I was going full-time, if my average per person was $47, that wasn't gonna cut it to pay all my bills, because I'm high maintenance. So I needed to at least double it. So my first package started at $79 because I needed them to at least double what my average was. So my first package was $80 and the last one was $199, and I had 3. So all things to consider. You want to look at, and then the average number of people at your parties. If you're finding that you're having a party and only 5 people are showing up, you need to try something different to get 4 more people in the door or 10 more people in the door. Ask your hostess, how many people did you invite? Or one of the things I used to do, which is people thought was crazy, I used to mail out the invitations for my hostess. So I would know how many people she was inviting. If you're only inviting 10 people, yeah, only 2 or 3 are going to show up. And then they're going to show up with their Tupperware container just coming for your food. So, all those little things help. Having more people at the party. Did you do the raffle? You do that raffle thing? The bingo thing? Where they go?
Not anymore.
Okay. Not anymore. So that was another thing. How could I get an extra $2 out? Somebody used to do these bingo squares.
I do bustin' booty.
Bustin' booty? Oh, with the tickets.
Yes, I do bustin' booty
at
the beginning of the party. So $9 for the bust and the booty.
And that
helps, especially when it's a low sale
Yeah.
party that like this weekend.
That's extra money because you getting all this extra money. You only got to give away product for it. That's your discount. What's the starting discount? Like
30%.
30%. If I collect $100, that's 30 extra dollars. That's gas money. That's how I would look at it. So that was the goal. Fill up the bingo squares. So, any other questions? No. How long have you been in business? Who is this? Rosaline. How long have you been in business?
I just signed up at the end of December.
Oh, awesome. You're 1 month in TV.
And
I love it.
Paying for a wedding.
Oh, yeah. You're paying for it. It's key. Money is important here.
Yep.
Need that.
Yes. So, yeah, money is important. Oh, one of the other things, once you guys have been in long enough, you will notice, is anybody just doing this full time? You guys all have other jobs and stuff?
Yeah, just part-time this.
Selena is doing it full time, doing in case you can't see.
Okay.
She,
Okay. So, Shalina, you will need to look at estimated tax. I can see it. Hey, girl. You may want to look into paying estimated taxes. What you need to worry about is paying at least 100% of whatever your taxes are for when you file your taxes this year. So
What do you mean?
So if you're doing just this full time and you don't have any other business, any other job, what's going to happen if, I don't know your whole tax situation, but say you make $100,000. When you go to file, you'll have to pay taxes on that $100,000. And so instead of getting that bill April 15th when you file, you should be paying the estimated taxes on the dates that the IRS say. And it's not really quarterly. The dates are April 15th, June 15th, September 15th, and then January 15th. They're weird. But in order to avoid any penalty, you want to make sure that whatever you pay in those estimated payments equals 110% of whatever taxes would have been due for 2017.
Okay.
Okay. And so I don't know if you're doing your own taxes or if somebody's doing your taxes, but look on your 1040 and look at that line that says taxes. I think it's line number 41 or 40. But you want to make sure you take that amount and spread it over the course of 2018 and pay it on those dates, those estimated dates.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Exactly. But see, then there are other things that can factor into it too. So if you're working and you got withholdings coming, or you got a spouse that has withholdings, all of that can come into play. But if you do it this way, there won't be any surprises come next year.
If anything, I should still get a refund then.
Yes. But I always try to tell my clients, refunds are like giving an interest-free loan for the entire. So if I walked up to you and say, hey, can I borrow $2,000? I pay you back next year. I'm not going to pay you the interest. And if you would tell me, hell no, that's what you should be telling the government too. The goal should be to break even.
Okay.
Okay. And if anybody wants an appointment, just let me know. I can help you work that through. Now I was telling Nakia, I have a business bookkeeping boot camp that is actually starting on Thursday. It is $149, but you'll learn about all of the sections of the profit and loss statement so that when it's time to file your taxes, the process is simple and easy. You'll also learn more in depth some tricky tax topics like we talked about today, the home office and the auto mileage. You'll learn more of those so you'll get caught up with any IRS audits. And if you do, you're covered because you knew what you needed to do. It is a live webinar series, so it's the 15th, 16th, and the 19th at 2 p.m. However, if you can't make it live, it will be recorded so you can go back and watch it. And there's also a Facebook group for small business owners, and I'm in the group too, so you can ask questions as they come up. Okay? And
I'll post that.
And I'll post the link in there, but I am closing the card on that on Tuesday. And if anybody from this group signs up, you'll also get a free 30-minute session with me, one-on-one, so that we can talk specifically about your tax situation. Sweet. Anybody got any questions about that?
Would you do another one besides this?
Yes,
one here?
but I will tell you the price, the next go around, the price will be much, much higher. This is the introductory price. It's going to be higher. I can tell you that now. But if you decide to sign up, the cost of this course is tax deductible, so you can write it off on your taxes. It is a business. It's a valid business expense. Yes.
Could you, number wise, but as a past consultant, explain the importance of going to like the national trainings and how they can actually start putting their money aside?
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, this was a good one. So national training was huge, for me, because one of the reasons it was so huge, it took my numbers from my first year in business. I started, I want to say like in January, and the national training was in March. And so I didn't know anybody. The only person I knew was my cousin who had signed up. They sent the email, and I was like, okay, let's go. I convinced her to go. She didn't go to any classes. I would just be complete. That's why her business failed, and she dropped out. It was in New Orleans. It was fun. Yeah. She didn't go to any classes. I went, and my profits doubled as soon as I got home, because I learned so many just tips and tricks, and I learned about how to buy items, not to buy everything, because you could hear from seasoned consultants what was the hot sellers, and they would tell you how they sold them. So it kind of made it easy. So one of the other things I learned as well from Cindy Habler, who you guys, is she still, yeah? She used to put, from every party, she would put $100 to the side, and that would pay for her training and her convention, her airfare. So every party, she would just put that in a separate savings account, and that is how she paid for convention and training. So I took that to heart, and I started doing the same thing. I just set up a savings account and put it over there and let her earn some interest too. I'm all about the money. But the airfare is a tax write-off. The food while you're there is a tax write-off, because the primary purpose of your trip is to go to convention, and then you get to have fun. You get to meet some new people. Like, I have friends now from those times that live Florida. Oh, Colorado. Kelly Cole lives in Colorado. She's one of my good girlfriends. But all of that experience will help you double and triple your sales. You'll meet consultants who are doing things a little differently than you in your area, who can help you maybe improve, or they can kind of tell you some of the things that they're doing to help just kind of boost your sales. So yeah, it's key. You know, like if you decide you want to move and you need to know some consultants in the area where you're going, if you go to national training, you might meet some. So what else you want to know? Oh, my private student, I went to convention. That's when I learned about packages, because I heard this girl had did $100,000 by herself. And I said, wait a minute, hold up. That's not possible. Selling sex toys, who does that? But she told me about the packages, and that's where I got that from. I was like, okay, if she's doing this amount, I'm going to try what she's doing. And
Okay, what is packages?
Package, let's see. I will take, give me something. Okay, this toy plus.
Just like me is right there.
So we'll sell this toy, a lube, and a cream and a cleaner, all in one package for a flat amount. And you discount it a little bit. And you would
get them to buy
the whole thing all at once. So it's already, and I got them already bagged up. So here's package one already packaged up. You want package one? Bam. It saves you some time in the ordering room, because it's already ready to go. You don't have to think about how much it's going to cost, because they know we've been kind of priming them for packages the whole time.
And what would you say you discounted as?
My initial discount was a 5% discount. And that's because my goal in being a business was to make money. So I wasn't trying to give the farm away, but 5% and free shipping was always good. You guys still charge shipping, right? Yeah. So free shipping.
And we're actually losing money now.
You lose money
with shipping, because I don't know if you guys realize that you're losing money now for shipping, which is why that inventory advantage program is so important to sign up for. If you're not carrying inventory, our flat rate is $7. If you have to send more than one coochie out, that's automatic priority, and it's $7.10 starting. So keep
I
that
can tell
in
you, I
mind.
haven't mailed anything yet. I've
Yeah.
got everybody to meet up with me.
Okay, so let me tell you about that. Because
Yeah,
not just mileage and time. So mileage and time, having people meet up with you, depending on how many parties you're doing a month,
Okay.
that'll get real old real fast.
And how far you go?
Yeah.
Because I ain't driving. Melanie is almost 2 hours away from me, and she'll tell you I ain't driving to give her some product. It's just not happening.
And you know, my mail people know me because I used to come in with packages. You know, for the people who, if I didn't have, but I tried my best to carry. If I knew I had my packages on the back, I knew my goal was to sell so many. So, and I would tell them, I have all of this stuff in the packages here today. That's what I would buy in stock because I know I would sell it.
Yeah.
So, you know, it cuts down on having to ship or meet people. But if you decide to do something like packages, discount them somewhere between 5 and 10%, or even, you know, if you want to do a flat, take $5 or $10 off. The person will feel like they are saving money. That's all they care about. They are saving money, free shipping, and they're saving a couple of dollars. And it's here. That's the other thing they care about.
No waiting.
Is it here? Can I take it home? That is huge. And I know when you're starting out, you will not have inventory. You will have your kit.
I don't, but a lot of people are already telling me what they want and everything or whatever, and asking if I'm going to have it at the party. And I'm like, I don't know yet. I don't know. I'm like, once I get the invitations and I send it out, I'll let you know what's going to go on or whatever. So the top one everybody's asking for is the bullet. And
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
I'm doing her first party because she booked a party and then she saw the kids were like $139, so she signed up. So I'm doing her party, and so I will have the inventory. Okay. She's gonna take the parties, whatever parties are booked, and I already know people are gonna be booking parties. That way she has her calendar set and ready to go.
So the bullet, just you tell them that's the phoniest toy out here. I got something way better. Those are your exact words.
I don't know anything about none of it.
I'm gonna tell you. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have used it. You tell them that's the phoniest toy in the book. I have something better. I don't care if you've used it. You don't know anything. I'm telling you, that's the phoniest toy. And the reason I'm telling you is because the margin on the bullet is an add-on. It's not the primary toy. That's what you tell them. That's an add-on. That's not primary. I got something way better. You want to get, how much is the bullet? $15, $20? How much is the bullet?
$24.
$24. And this thing right here is $70, $60,
$89.
Okay.
Rechargeable, submergible.
The goal is to get them from mindset from that to this. And you talk this up. I don't care if you ever use it. Just feel it. It's so soft. Ooh. Close your eyes and
she did that too. The party I went to.
The reason being is, and you put it on them because once people touch and feel stuff, they instantly form a connection to it. So I used to get that all the time because people just be like, I just want the bullet. Oh, that's cute. You just want that. You don't think that highly of yourself. I'm going to upgrade you for you. That's what I would tell them. Oh, that's cute. You want that? Oh, I'm going to make you, I'm going to pull you back up a little bit. We ain't going to cheat you no more. You're going to treat yourself. Yeah. Pull out your credit card. It's okay.
And everybody but Shalina, all of y'all have been my hostesses or clients before. You know, I say your vagina's worth more than $24, and it's worth more than risking electrocuting yourself because the wire's short out. You taking duct tape and wrapping it around the cord. All right, so
yeah, you know, I'm not gonna front. My first toy was a toy called the Flipper, and it's a jelly covered bullet. I love that little thing. I still got surprisingly.
Never had no kids.
Child, let me tell you. This surprisingly, this little thing still works. However, it's not my favorite toy. I just knew how to take care of it. My favorite one felt like that. Silicone wood, waterproof.
So this is where you don't know if she's lying or not because she could be trying to sell it to you.
That is true.
But she's telling the truth.
I mean, you know, when you're selling people, you don't have to experience everything. You go by
Exactly.
somebody else's experience. Tell their story.
So perfect example, you all know the last two Toys R Us shows Main Attraction and Encore. And you all usually want to buy that Main Attraction and Encore, right? Would you believe I've never tried Main Attraction or Encore?
No, those are how
Wait a minute.
much? One
Is that
seven.
the
No,
purple?
you're kidding.
The
I've
purple
never,
one,
the two purple ones. Girl, that's the bee's knees.
The
Up top.
boxes,
Are you
the
serious?
boxes.
Never
I'm
tried.
reflecting back to that party. I have you it. Where she at?
$189.
Okay, so this is why these are. This is really pretty.
Girl, it's the bomb.com. Let me tell you.
Look, you can't use it.
But you were telling her. You were telling her hostess, like, oh look, now that everybody else is gone, I can tell you about this one. Like you had. I believed you.
So
I go by what my
Like
client
she
said.
said, with somebody else's
Yeah,
experience.
that's believable. Thank you. Pull it off well. I need to be a better liar.
Look at her.
because this is
Now,
fancy. I'll
I
tell you.
will say that there used to be a toy out called Executive that almost looked like
Joe
that
told me
one.
about that night.
I
we did
have
my party.
Executive.
Okay,
I've
so
never
what
tried-
did you say this is?
Oh, hold the button down
Oh, you
until
press
it
it
turns
on.
on.
Because at that party, we took that little like 3-minute break, and even
Oh,
Joe was
there
like,
we
"If
go.
you can get that for 40% off, get it."
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay." She
Yes.
I
if you're a
also-
hostess,
My hostesses get the high-end toys, that and the Euphoria toys, they get it for 40% off.
absolutely.
My-
It's a benefit.
and-
I can't wait.
Look, but watch this.
Ooh, I'm gonna get that.
But see, okay, so I'm gonna tell you one better. I would take that same deal. I knew surprisingly Monday was my best party day. Some of y'all think it's Saturday. It is not. Saturday was
I
terrible.
hate Monday.
Monday was my best party day. I pulled off $1,500 parties on Mondays. Why? Because people will be like, "This got to be something if we're holding it on a Monday." Who the heck holds a party on a Monday? Nobody. Always the most people there. Always the highest sales. So you're trying to get a certain date filled.
Find out, because sure enough, Munchie's party, Miss G,
Or it
was on
on
Monday. Was
Monday.
Martin Luther King Day, and that
Yep.
was almost $1,700 party.
Yep.
That's our
All
best
of us
days.
in there had got something.
Yes. Highest attendance, highest sales. Because people, for some reason,
Well, for us, we were off that day, so it was like
look,
a lot
I'm
of
telling
people.
you, even if you wasn't off, y'all would have been there. The party started at 7:00. Everybody was there at 7. Everybody would have been gone by 8:30. It was my best day. I did not work on Saturday or Sunday. I would do 2 Saturdays and 2 Sundays a month. That was it. I would not work every Saturday and Sunday after I went full time. And I would use one of these high-end toys as an incentive. You will get this toy at 50% off if you hold your party on Monday. For $189 toy, I would hold it on a Monday just to get it. Just to get 50% off. But so you got to think about stuff like that too. Use your discount for your advantage. I know initially starting out you get a 30% discount. Sometimes if you just want to work on, if you want certain days filled, eat that 20%. Because once you get those parties booked on that day, all the parties from that party, 9 times out of 10 they will book on that same day. So if you book it on Saturday, the people will want a Saturday. You book on Friday, they will want a Friday. You book on Sunday, they will want a Sunday. You may not want to work every
I still
Saturday.
don't think I've never done a weekday. Everybody wants weekends.
You gotta offer the farm to get your first one. But once you get that first couple, it'll be easy.
No, I'm gonna try that.
One of my friends used to have a midday mimosa party. That's what she would call it. Wednesdays, 12 o'clock. The mommies would come at the mommy's house. She bought in the champagne for them. That was part of the mommy mimosa party. She would bring the champagne, they had mimosas, and that was one of her best days. Wednesday at 12 noon, because that was the day she wanted to work. So she had to figure out how can I get the promise of alcohol.
Yeah, my other problem then is I don't ever know what time I'm gonna make it home from my day job. It might not be till 7.
Oh yes. Yeah, you kind of gotta know that.
Yeah.
It's a little difficult when you're working another job and trying to compete. But for full timers, it's a little easier because you're a little more flexible because you know what your schedule will be. Yeah. But in terms of money wise, it's okay to offer discount. It's to get what you want because you got to make it work for you. Now don't give everybody a discount. Don't give the girl that want to buy the $24 bullet a discount. She's gonna pay full price, shipping, and the bullet. But if you upgrade to this toy, I'll give you free shipping. Why not? Now, I'm posting the link for the boot camp. I'm also posting the link for the blog for the auto deduction. Is there anything else I'm supposed to post? That's it, right?
You was going to do the
worksheet.
Yeah.
Okay, that way I remember now. Bam. Does anybody else have any other questions? No? Okay. Y'all better listen to this girl. She made it to the board of directors. That's huge. That was huge.
Stop, girl. You gonna make me laugh.
Let me tell you, when I saw that, I was in the house like, I'm not even consulted anymore. I was like, that was huge.
Mama worked hard.
Yeah.
It only took 10 years.
Yes, you did it.
I did it.
You did it.
Twice.
Yeah, twice.
Yes,
Twice.
Yes.
And we pulled.
Ain't going back.
Right. You get that bonus.
Yes.
So even if you part-time, your goal might not be to make it to the board, but have a goal, a numbers goal in mind, and say, I need this, like some of you got car payments.
Yeah.
I want to pay my car off early. Use this money to pay your car off early. Or you got kids. You want to take them on a Disney trip. I want to pay cash for this trip. Have a goal.
I don't do Disney myself.
But have a financial goal in mind, because that makes it easy for you to be able to push your business forward when you know what you're working towards. Instead of just, I want to hold 5 parties. That's cute, but what if all 5 parties are only $200? Then you're disappointed, right? So, yeah, pump up them sales.
Yes. Give it up for Nayo, y'all. Yay. All right. So you don't have to leave at all.
Your name is Nayo.
Nayo.
Nayo. Nayo.
Yes. And if you have any other questions for Nayo, please post them in the group, or you can message me, and I'll make sure to get them to her. So we are going to do a quick booking game, but we're also going to do a quick sponsoring game. So this is something that I started doing this year, and I got this from national training from another board member, but then I kind of tweaked it a little bit, and I think it's so awesome because our parties are supposed to be fun. We should be playing games, but you should be playing games with a purpose. So not just, and they should always be fun, but you don't want to just play a game just because. You want to kind of set the objective, whether it's to book a party or whether it's to get more people on our team. And I am not going to lie to you, this compensation plan is the bomb.com. You're going to get paid regardless, especially once you hit $5,000 a month. They're going to give you 2.5% bonus. But if you really want to see the money side of it, sponsoring is the way to go. And all you have to do is just hit $750 for the month. Yay, you actually get a $100 bonus for doing that. So off I have it a team. So if you want to know more about it, this is our kit. So if you have not gotten this or have not seen this, this is what I'm using now. Because it's super easy breezy. I call it the Barbie Dream House because everybody has had or wanted a Barbie Dream House. Why? Because they came closed just like that, and all you had to do was just open it, and Barbie and her family and the house was all set up. Well, it's all set up. All right, so it takes me now less than 5 minutes to get set up for my party. So I get in, get out, easy peasy, and I don't know if you all knew this, but our Barbie Dream House fits right in this bag. Okay, fits right in there because the sides are open, so sometimes the white boxes can slide out, but they fit right in this bag. Super simple. This is actually our incentive for February. So every $600 party that you do, you'll get put into the drawing to win this bag. For March. I'll be doing the drawing at the beginning of March. And so I have my life, everything in this bag. Euphoria toys are in here. The Spotlight toys are in here. We got everything. And what's also so great about this, if you're brand spanking new, Your party guide is in here. So if you don't know what the hell is going on, all right, Nayo can tell you, we used to have cue cards. We had to write them out, okay? So we had index cards. We would put them right here on the table and kind of look and do our thing. You got everything right here. All of your products that you have sold right here is all right here. And this is your deluxe kit. So say you didn't get the deluxe kit, say you got the standard, which is just the Barbie Dream House. When you do the Inventory Advantage program, it will bump you up to 35%. Remember that, bumps you up to 35%. And you can take some of the toys from there and move it in to your demo. So then you have a full toy demo. All right, so you don't have to worry about it. So that is amazing. And if you have not done so already, I'm going to please ask you to read your compensation overview. Okay, this and your incentive guide, that is your Bible. Any and every rule you can think of that you're not sure whether you should be following or not is in that book. Keep it as a PDF, print it out. So just in case you have questions, don't believe everybody on Facebook. Okay, just because you said I read it on the internet, that does not mean it's true. You need to use your incentive requirement guide, your IRG, your compensation plan. Those are your two Bibles right there that you want to have. But also your square reader is in here. It comes with a square reader and comes with, love this, foil packs. Okay, so this is awesome because you can play games with this and give away prizes. All right, so first game is our sponsoring game. So everybody knows the Ask Me Anything game. If you're brand new though, so like Rosie, Melanie, Sedona, I want you guys to play the 8 questions game. All right, and that is on the COO. All you have to do is in the search, just type in 8 questions. Simple. It's 8 questions. You print it out. You cut it up into strips, you put it in the envelope, and you hand it out. Oh, you have it? Yay! Oh my girl, I'm gonna send you something because you have it. Yes, I love that. Yay, that's awesome. And then the answers are there too. So the first question would be how much does it cost to get started? Well, you got the answer right there in front of you. Okay, so it is a cheesy commercial, but it gets you comfortable until you know about it. You can still incorporate these with it. So these are, I got these from Party City. They're $100, so you guys can see. And I just laminated them, and I have numbers on them. I've been in business long enough where I pretty much know the ins and outs of the company, so I do Ask Me Anything, all right? And so I play a game, and it's called the Naughty or Nice game with sponsoring. So we're in a place, so unmute yourselves and you can ask the questions. That way you can ask questions. Like, okay, so ladies, you all know I have an aerospace engineering background, and a lot of people to doing sexual. How do you get started with this? So I'm going to give you a chance to ask me anything you want about my business, not Nakia's business. If you're going to ask me about the toys, I'm not going to tell you that. You don't put that image in your head. Yes, that's why they think I've used it. And please don't ask me about the products. We just went over a whole bunch of them. But if you want to know anything more about what my family thinks, how much it costs to get started, how much money I've made, anything like that, you are going to get a $100 bill from me. I know you think it was real, right? And I only have 10 of them. So 10 people can ask me a question, and then we're going to play a game with them. So who would like to go first?
Yes. How much money did you make last year?
Oh, a great question. So last year in retail sales, I did $1,000, which my profit was about. My goal for this year is to come up with $20,000 closing costs for my house. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How many people on your team?
Oh, so I have people on our team.
Wow, that's a lot.
What else? I know you all have questions there.
How long have you been in the business?
I've been in business, so you get number 6, Melody.
Okay.
I've been in business. It'll be 10 years in July.
Awesome.
Longest job I ever had. Who else? I know.
But I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
So pretend.
We need to do
Pretend.
Okay. How does your husband feel about this job?
My husband's the one that told me to get started with this business.
Woohoo!
So the average consultant does about 1 party a week. So that's about 4 parties in a month. Mm-hmm. So notice how I did not make it about me. I made it about the new consultant. Because they could care less that I do 12 parties. You might not want to do 12 parties. All right. Yes.
How many parties do you help the new person with?
I don't. Because I want them to be able to make that money. Some cases are different, especially if they just sign up at their party, then I'll usually do their party. But I actually get them to shadow. I want them to come and see some parties to see how they can do it themselves. Who else has a question? Yes, Rosie.
How much do you have to invest to start out?
Oh, so how much to get started? Okay, you're number 5. So how much to get started? Well, it just depends. We have something for everybody's budget. So we have 3 different kits. I usually ignore the last kit just because you get more bang for your buck with the first 2. So our most popular one is our entrepreneur kit. That's our deluxe kit. You get our Barbie Dream House plus 4 high-end rechargeable toys. And then we have our baby on a budget or hobbyist kit. Those are for the people that need a little bit of a budget in order to get started. They don't necessarily have the money to become an entrepreneur, but that's no problem. Or you're just joining just to either make the discount or to pay off something. So usually it's $225, but for this month it's on sale for $199. And I usually just pass this around so everybody can see it. Mm-hmm. I have 2 more questions. Yes, Leah.
Do you give everybody your real cell phone number?
Yes, everybody has my
second
real
part.
cell
Do you
phone.
get real weird calls ever?
No.
No? I'm just terrified to give out myself my number.
So what other consultants usually do too is they create a Google Voice account, and the Google Voice is actually your cell phone number, but Google Voice will give you a phone number that you can pass out, and it will connect to your actual phone, but they won't know the real number.
I didn't put my
So
phone
you
number
can
on
do
my phone.
acronyms, like there is a consultant. Her name was Latoya, so her phone number ended in toy. So, something really cute like that. Yes.
How long does the party usually last?
So it just depends on the consultant. From start to finish, it's no more than 3.5 to 4 hours from start to finish. So it just depends. All right, so ladies, if you have any more questions, don't worry. You can ask me more in the shopping room. But I am now going to play a game of Naughty or Nice. So I have 2 bags here, okay? 2 gifts, okay? That means 2 people are going to win. When your number is called from your $100 bill, you can decide whether you want a naughty or a nice. Now, here's the thing. If somebody else wants it and their number is called, they can steal it from you, okay? So whoever is left after I call number 10, holding their gift badge, you actually get to keep the prize, all right? So who has number 1? So do you want naughty or nice? All right, so here's a little naughty for you. Don't open it up just yet. Who has number 2?
I'm gonna stay with naughty.
Oh, okay. Number 2, yes. Number 3. Who's number 3? Okay, really want to go.
I want naughty.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right. Who has number 4? Yes.
Nice.
Yay. All right. Who has number 5? That's you, Rosie.
Me. I'll take naughty.
Naughty. All right. So we have handed it off. Number 6.
Nice.
Nice. All right. Who is number 7?
Naughty.
Oh, naughty's been stolen. All right. Number 8.
Help me.
What do you want?
Nice.
Yes.
No,
Nice has been stolen again. Number 9.
I want to take nice.
Yes. And number 10. Oh! Isn't that a fun game to play? And at the same time, they're learning about how to get started with the business. All right. So another thing that I do at the end, and I just do stuff in there. So what I usually put in one bag, and honestly, you can get shiny, cute little tiny shiny bags in the Dollar Tree. And I usually put in my nice bag. I'll put in like a coochie foil pack, and I have these so they can see what it is. These Pure Romance koozies, so you guys can see. It's just a Pure Romance koozie in like a coochie or body do, something that's nice. Have something that has nothing to do with sex whatsoever. In my naughty bag, I'll put in like a lube foil pack, and I have penis lipsticks. They're all made up in my car right now, so I just haven't taken it out. But that's usually my naughty gift. So something super cheap that I can buy in bulk, and I put it in there. I usually staple my business card to it. I spray it with one of the perfumes that we have, and I write down naughty or nice. Okay, so super simple. They're paying attention because they want to play. They want to win a gift. And it keeps them moving because they're trying to see how they can tactically steal and get both gifts, as you saw here tonight. Okay. Oh, there's a coupon in there too? Oh, that's from one of my old booking games. Yeah, that one real. I do something super cheap. I keep it super duper cheap. All right. So for my booking games, I kind of tie it in for my booking and sponsoring game at the same time. So at the end of the party, I do in my closing speech. Now, everybody does booking games differently. I've been in 10 years. There was a time where I just wasn't playing booking games. I still asked, but I didn't need to play anymore. I realize now I truly should be playing because, again, lead by example. So if I want you guys to play booking games, I need to do the same. My booking game is a little bit different, though. All right, so at the end of the presentation, you can honestly get this wording from Heather Pillow's video I know. That's on the COO.
She is a rock star.
Yeah, she is.
Heather Pillow is a rock star.
It's on the COO under PR TV, and you'll be able to see her, and she talks about closing the sale. So I started showing this as a deluxe kit because I wanted more people to start signing up within 48 hours after the party. So what I do is, ladies, thank you guys for coming out. I really appreciate it. Now, I know you're looking at your wish list and either having a heart attack or you're like, all right, let's go. I'm ready to start shopping. All right. So if you're looking at your wish list and clutching your pearls and thinking that you have more lists than money right now, no problem. You have 3 choices. Choice number 1, you can get everything that you want on your wish list right now. It's not a biggie. I do a payment plan. I work with you. All right. Choice number 2, I want you to be able to cash in your free shopping spree. Everybody here tonight gets a free shopping spree from me. All you have to do is check in with me in the shopping room, and we'll be able to tell you how you cash that in. Notice I didn't say book a party. Notice I didn't say when you have a party. I didn't say everybody gets a free shopping spree here tonight. You do. When do you want to cash it in? March or April? It's all about the wording. It's all about how you say it, because they want to be able to know that it's free. And I do give them a shopping spree. Besides the 10%, I tell them when their party hits 500. For me, that is good enough for me. When their party hits 500, then they'll get an additional $50 in product. So in essence, they're getting $100 in product. But their party has to hit 500 first. All right. So part of that is my job. Part of that is also their job to tell their friends, y'all need to buy. And they'll also invite more people. Okay. And then choice number 3, be a part of my team and start making money. All right, ladies, this is a great investment, and everything that I showed tonight, it actually just comes in this kit. This is actually our entrepreneur kit that I'm showing you, and you get started at a 30% buying discount. You can use that to earn more money for yourself, or just take out the middleman. That'll be me, and use it to buy up all your coochies and lubes and anything else that you want at a 30% buying discount. Share the love and give the discount to your friends, or be real stingy and don't offer them a discount and keep the profit for yourself. I'm not asking you to marry me. I'm not asking you to be in a long-term relationship. I'm just asking that you at least hear more about what I have to say. And you never know, this could be something that could change your life and get you to your next step. And that's all I say. And then I also let them know if it's something that they would want to. So for the shopping spree, I'll say, so if you want to cash in your shopping spree with me, go ahead and put a big fat heart at the top of your Let's Connect card. And then for the business, if you want to know a little bit more about what I do and how you can get started, put a star right at the top. So that way, when I come into the shopping room, Sedona could tell you, I took her card, she had a heart and a star, and that's the first thing I said. How much fun did you have? Because you need to be asking them how much fun they had. Okay, and then I say, oh, I see that you have a star. What's stopping you from getting started tonight?
Money.
Yeah. So when they say money is the reason why, then I say, all right, what are you doing within the next 48 hours? I usually talk with them, and then I usually give them a gift. This is a gift that I give them. This is just my sponsoring packet. Can you reach behind and turn on that light there? Yes.
Maybe.
There we go. Ooh, yay, now y'all can see. It's even brighter, right? Everybody's eyes lit up on the screen. So this is my sponsoring packet. Most people put it in an envelope. I like to make mine look pretty. I got this from Jenny Garrison Harrison. I know. And she makes hers look pretty, and I like to make mine look pretty too. So I got these bags from the dollar section at Target. They have X's and O's. They have different ones with hearts on them. I already have heart tissue paper, and this one is not made up. I just put this together so you guys can see it. Inside is a pen. Sorry. It's a pen. I have our Life's a Party brochure. This talks all about the business. I got this from Amazon, Motivational Rock. So this one says hope. I have one that says faith. I have one that says believe, trust. So I have whole bags full of them. So I put that in there. I also have motivational bracelets that I got on sale, really super cheap. Paparazzi, if you want to get with your paparazzi girls, they have these motivational phrase bracelets that says like follow your heart and always dream or something, stuff like that. So you guys can swap parties or swap items, and that way you can put that in your bag too. And then I have these motivational cards. So this one says you go girl. And I have another one that says beautiful. They say all different sayings, and it's blank inside. And what I usually put in my card is, it was a pleasure meeting you at the party. I saw something special in you. I would love to talk with you more about the magic of pure romance. Let's meet up for coffee or tea. I don't ever say just coffee because some people aren't coffee drinkers. So let's meet up for coffee or tea. If they live local to me, like there was a woman that she owed me money. So she was like, can we meet tomorrow? Yesterday we met at IKEA, and I bought her a Cinnabon and I bought her an icy. Tax write-off, y'all. Okay, and we sat in IKEA and we went over the business. Okay, so, and literally you're just there for no more than 30 minutes. Unless she's signing up, you're there for no more than 30 minutes. All right, you're going over form. So form is, oh gosh, help me out, Nayo. What's form? Family. Form is family, occupation, recreation. What do they do for fun? And money. How much money do they want to bring in every single month? Okay, and if they say a lot, you need to have them tell you a measured amount. You cannot help them if they say a lot, because a lot to you might be $1 million. A lot to them might be $100. So you have to make them tell you a number. And then they get this gift. I spray it with the perfume, and they feel special because they got something from you. Okay. So Donna got one of these too. Yes.
I felt very special. I thought it was just for me.
Yes. All right.
Until I saw the other bag.
I know, right? That's all right. But it was. I only
I got it when I first came in. Like,
Yep.
I said something to her, and she was like, "Oh, you get a gift for that."
Mhm.
Like, okay.
So I don't know if you heard her. She said I gave it to her right in the beginning of the party, which I did. So one of the things that you want to do is you want to be able, while you're setting things up, is listen to what people are saying. So if they're like, "Oh my God, I came here to have so much fun. I think I want to have my own party." Boom. She's automatically, your hostesses are usually your number one sponsoring lead. Your hostesses, if you were a hostess of mine, raise your hand. Okay, so it's 1 and 2. Out of the 4 of us that are, well, 5 of us that are here. Okay, your hostesses are your number one recruit leads because they're booking the party. They already know how much fun it is. They already know the benefits and the perks. They already know how much money you can make because they're making that in hostess credit. My first party was a $1,500 party, and I got excited for getting $150 until my consultant says she made $600 off of my girls. $600 cash, $150 product. I can't do nothing with except use it. Okay, so keep that stuff in mind as well. All right. If we have anybody have any questions? All right. Before we go, I'm going to do recognition, but I usually do a demo. Does anybody have a specific thing you want me to demo? Anybody have problems selling anything? You've seen it, you're just not sure how to sell it?
Are you demoing anything from the Carnival line?
I am not, but I am talking about it. So
Fury. I just can't.
oh, Fury is
Why
easy.
do they call it that though? That's what gets me.
Oh, because it will definitely get you going just like that.
Is that the one where you get hot?
No, oh no. Fury is a remote control bullet.
Oh.
See, you have some of that. How much is that one?
$100 something.
I'm
Yeah.
Can I sell stuff now? Or no?
Yes.
Okay, because she's in Texas and she's like,
Give her your website.
well, I was waiting to come here, but she was telling me, and I was telling her, I said, "Oh, I'm trying to start a business and everything like that. You know, you should buy something." She was like, "Well, what is it?" And I was like, toys. She was like, "What kind of toys?" I said, "Adult toys,
There's
girl."
only 2 kind of toys.
You
I'm not
know,
selling kids'
so
toys.
she was like, what's the thing called? What's the thing called? I said, "I do not know what you're talking about." She was like, the thing. Everybody uses it. I said, "Girl, people use a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know what you're talking about. So you need to find out what it is."
She was
and then she said,
the bullet.
she did say the bullet, but she said it was $24. But what's this one you said? Fury.
Yeah, Fury. It's a remote control bullet. So anything that's a clitoral stimulator, pretty much why women love bullets so much.
Okay, I knew I was confused. Fury's the butt plug.
Oh, okay, no. But
That's what I'm saying is why would you call it butt plug Fury?
Oh.
Yeah, see?
I
Now we're on the
thought
same
Fury
page.
was the remote control bullet.
What is that?
Which one is that called?
What
Oh,
is that?
Frenzy.
Frenzy? Yes.
That's what I began with the F.
Yeah, that one.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that one.
Yes.
Frenzy.
That's
That's
a
her
nice
frenzy.
one.
Yeah, it's a nice one. It's a nice one. So reason why women love bullets so much is because they're clitoral girls. They want to be able to get themselves off. They're not necessarily dependent on internal because they have a partner that can handle that. So their mentality is, I just want to be able to get myself off. A bullet is super powerful. It's quick. I could get it going. What you want to discourage them and tell them is a bullet is cheap. You get what you pay for, and it shorts out, and you're done within 3 to 4 months. You'll be calling for another one. All right, so upgrade. I'm going to upgrade your clitoris. We have Standing Ovation. We have Kaya. Shoot, we got something from a hose on the go. Premiere. From a hoe on the go. Okay. I don't think it's on right now. I think I have to charge it. But it's not, that one is not super powerful. Some women don't need, yes.
Why are you driving?
Turn around the other way. Yeah, while you driving.
Yeah, you at the light. Like, oh my God, it's taking so long.
I said, yeah. So you have your permit. So that's what, that one is 89.
Okay, so this will be my imaginary ring.
Nobody even gonna know.
It used to be called Put a Ring on It.
Okay, that makes more sense.
And
Maybe
then
it
they
could be a work
upgraded it to
baby.
Premiere. Yeah, and it's whisper quiet. Our bullets are, and so I tell them, I'm gonna upgrade you to something that's rechargeable, submergible, and super duper quiet. It makes a difference. So as far as your question, Sharlena, of Carnival, I have not gotten any of the Carnival toys, and like I said, leading by example, because it's not in my budget to do it right now. I'm adulting this year, yay. It sucks because I'm usually that girl that gets all of the Premiere stuff. I'm usually buying the new product launches and everything. I did not get any product launches this year. I know.
What's that?
Oh, that's the fire department. Yeah,
I
that's
thought
the
it
fire
was
department.
like something dropping.
The fire department. So, but it doesn't stop me from talking about it. So perfect example, Friday I had a party. This woman was interested in Mania. And I told her, I was like, look, I don't have it. However, I'm looking for product testers because I don't know whether I should carry it in stock or not. So if you can try it out for me, I'll give you 15% off of it tonight. Try it out. Let me know what you think. You have to let me know what you think and whether I should keep it in stock or not. And she went and bought it. 15%. I don't get it. That's exactly. And that was a $99 toy. She went from a $24 fan favorite to a $99 toy. Yeah.
I'm like, can I get 25?
Nope.
Nobody
Sure
can
can.
do that.
And then on top of that, I said, and so because I don't do packages, but I do VIP programs.
Okay, that's
So
there you go.
When you treat yourself, I never say when you spend. I always say when you treat yourself to $149. I don't say $150 because it's something about 9 and 7s for women. The psychology, they're like, oh, it's only $149. To me, that's still $150.
That's just not women. That's the sales tax.
That's the sales tax.
Because when it's $149, that means it's on sale. That's why when you go to Walmart, when you see the signs, the sale price,
it drops down to 7
or 9.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a 7, that means that's the final.
Yeah. So I dropped it down to one. When you treat yourself to $149, you're my VIP. So what that means is you get a free gift from me tonight. It's usually the heart massager. I'm boosting up my retail.
Really?
And then you will forever get a discount with me for as long as I'm in business and as long as you remind me you are a VIP. I don't keep record of who's VIP.
You know. Oh.
I don't.
You know what?
I used to.
I was gonna say I used to give them
have
a
the business
card.
cards.
Yeah,
Yep.
I used to have laminated
I used to have the business card, but I gotta keep track of all that. So my thing is, if you want the discount, you gonna remember how much you spent with me and say you're VIP.
You know what else I used to do? My VIPs would get if they would have a party, because some of them would come back and have a party the next year. I would give them a higher.
They have to do it on the weeknight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wait a minute. Didn't you hear me say I didn't work?
Oh, you didn't work on the weekends. But see, I do.
I did, but it was only 2 months. That was it. You was only getting once. If you put them, you was working on a Monday.
Yeah, I give a higher discount for my VIPs as well. But you can start your discount at $50. And I usually say at my parties as well. You can actually get a discount for $50. Starting at $50. What's their discount? Oh, you've hit $50 where you've hit the level where you can get any extra item you want for 10% off. What else would you like? they will actually say, oh, let me look in the book. Let me see.
I
Go ahead and
You
add
did
a
that
coochie.
You did that to me
I
with the
had
flash
this on
sale.
my
I
list.
did do that with you for the
$7.
flash sale.
I'm like, anything for
I
the wedding?
did
I'm like,
anything from work from
Anything for bath or
So I
beauty.
did. I took something
Oh.
out.
Yeah,
Nice.
once you
See?
hit a certain level, though, you have to
She
hit a
did that
certain
for me
level.
too.
Yeah, that right. That see, this is we talking about those average party sales. That's how you get that number up. Especially when you guys are like trying to reach your retail goals for the month, so that you can get that
Yeah.
incentive check. You
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm like,
So, and it's just
$50 away.
little somethings, and you don't think 10% off of a coochie, you just saving $2. But for some of us, we're like, but at least we're saving
I'm saving
something. We got
I had a girl
discount
use
on
her 10%
something.
on coochie.
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's
all right, but sure.
Yeah. And then I'll say, if you hit a certain number, I'll say where you are right now. I had a woman last night. She was at $200. I said, where you are right now, you could get any other item you want at 30% off. What would you like? She was like, anything? I was like, anything you want. She got a main attraction.
nice.
Because it's 30% off. Who wouldn't, right? So I just talk about the different toys I don't have in the book. If anybody asks me about it, I just say, hey, I don't have it in stock, but that's one of our new ones. I'm looking for product testers. I'll give you a discount. One toy I do know about, only because it was a slumber parties item, was Mania. Honey Bunny. You remember Honey Bunny? Yeah.
I still have one of those
So
in
do
my
I.
basement.
So do I. In my
Let me
drawer
see.
there. But it's Mania. It looks like a bunny. The eyes light up. Only because I know about it, and I know how it works, do I talk about that toy, but I have none of the newer stuff or anything right now. Any other questions? Any other things that you're having a hard time showing, demoing, anything like that? Okay, perfect. Then let's get into our recognition. Before we get into our recognition, do also know, please keep track of your booking. So I know a lot of us had a lot of party cancellations, especially if you're someplace where it snowed, or the weather was just stupid, which has been all the East Coast. So anytime my parties cancel or I get a not right now, I have a bookings book. You can regular notebook. I just happen to have this from the Higher Achievers planner. And they come with a prospect list. And so my bookings, I write all of my leads down, their phone numbers, and when they're looking to have a party. So when you have when we do our booking blitz, and we do it twice a year, or when you have a cancellation, you can pull up this book again and say, hey, I know that you wanted to have a party in April. I actually have an opening that just opened up for this date. Would you like to go ahead and cash in your free shopping spree for this date? Okay. I know, it makes it sound so much sexier.
Do you do call regularly? Like, do you only call those people during your booking blitz, or do you call, like, I have my call days when I call customers?
I do my follow-up calls with people, but my booking blitz is when I go hard. Okay. Yeah, I usually call people every day. I usually call a party a day.
Okay, yeah, so I used to do customer care calls.
Yes.
And every month.
Which I teach you guys that.
Yeah, every month, because you get outside sales that way.
And that's what we're doing our master class on outside sales right now. The other book that I keep, I went to show you guys this before and I lost it because my house has been a tidal wave because it's full of boxes and everything. So we're packing. Is my sponsoring book. So most people have a money train. You all have heard about the money train groups and everything. That's great. Money trains don't work for me. I have it and I post in there every now and again when I can remember to post, but I mainly keep everybody in a book. So I write down their name, I write down what we talked about. And if they didn't sign up that month, the following month when there was a sale, like that 139 sale, if I had my book, but I couldn't find it, I was kicking myself. I would then call everybody who didn't sign and say, hey girl, like perfect example, we'll use Rosie for example. They're like, hey, oh my God, I know we talked last month. How's the wedding planning going? Have you come up with the extra income yet to get your venue? No, well girl, that's why I'm calling you. We have a kit right now. It's only available for a short amount of time. It's $139 plus tax. How's that sound? Mm-hmm. How's that sound? And not always.
No, okay.
Yeah, not always. And they either say yay or nay. If they're a nay, I just can't right now, I just don't have the money. No problem. I just want to check in with you because I know you kicked my butt if you find out that they were on sale and you could have gotten in and I didn't tell you about it. All right. So we'll check in again next month and see where you're at. Or if you're ready to go before then, you know my number. But I keep them all in this book. When they sign up, I do a big fat pink check mark to let me know that they signed. All right. And that's it. So you have, I mean, it's super simple. I'm a paper girl. If you like the money train idea, it's just a Facebook group and you put people who are interested in the business into that group. And then each you post in there maybe 2 or 3 times a week. The kit sales, whatever specials you have, motivational stuff, you can totally do that. I do that as well. I just don't do it as often because I have enough groups that I'm running. So. All right, let's get into some recognition and then I can get you guys done. And not bad. I said we'd be done at 5:30. It's 5:23. So yay me. Hey. All right, so our top 10 we have for January. And each one of you are going to get this gorgeous certificate. See, I'm stepping it up in 2018. We got certificates you're gonna get mailed. If you live out the state, you will get it mailed to you. If you live in state and you come to my meetings and you're not at my meeting, you'll get it at the next one. So number 1 is Chris Sharp with $12,425. And she was my top partier too with 7 parties. Number 2 out in Oregon was Kim Jennings, $2,365. Number 3 in Texas, Lona Satterwhite, $1,858. Number 4 in Oregon, J.C. Morin, $1,205. Number 5, she better bring her booty up here, Leah Davis, with and number 6 in Chicago. Well, she's in Arizona, but she's in Chicago right now doing parties. And she just got started last month, number 6 in sales, Vanita Chicago with $917. Number 7, Shane Neal Gross at $892. Number 8 in California, Elizabeth De Leon with $800. Number 9, she couldn't make it because her babysitter flaked on her. Yeah, sucks. But Stacy Stokes with $800. Then number 10 in Memphis, Tennessee, Shalina Cunningham with $523. So she's going to be getting her gift certificate mailed to her, or I keep saying gift certificate, her certificate of achievement mailed to her. All right, our top partiers for January, number 1, Chris Sharp with 7 parties. Number 2, Lona Satterwhite with 3 parties. Number 3, Shalina with 2 parties. Number 4, Marlena, she couldn't make it here either, with 2 parties. Number 5, Miss Melanie with 2 parties. And number 6, JC with 1 party. So you guys are going to get a certificate for being our top partiers of the month. And our top sponsors, each with 1 person they signed last month, would be Chris Sharp and Shalina Cunningham. So great job, guys. We are coming up year to date, $42,721 as a team. We definitely, this is Love Month. I know right now it sucks. We can surpass that, start picking up the phone. A lot of you have posted that $50 shopping spree. Start posting it again. If you're in Destination Success Group, there is a 3-part question that says, I must ask you a question. I just have 3 simple questions. If you don't mind me asking, comment below. One of the questions is, it's 3 simple questions. 1, would you like to cash in a free shopping spree in March or April? 2, would you like to earn some extra money being a part of my team? And I forgot the third question. And they either say yes, yes, no. It's not an explanation or anything. If at any point they say yes, great, thanks for answering my questions. If it's a no, no worries. Thanks so much for participating in my questions, okay? So you can do that. It's super simple, but picking up the phone is ideal. Reach out to your friends. One of the things that I also did was I bribed some of my friends, families, and clients, offering them $20 for every party they can get me. The party has to hold for them to get 20 bucks. I got 4 parties from one person, and so far 2 of them have hold. So far she has 40 bucks.
Oh, that's neat. I did it.
Mm-hmm. Bribe. When in doubt, bribe. All right.
Yeah.
So thanks so much, ladies. If I miss anything, just let me know. Remember, Tuesday's Team Tuesday, March 4th, East Coast Training. If you are in the area, and that means if you live on the East Coast, you're in the area. Just come and meet us in Annapolis at the Doubletree Hilton from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Nayo has been a part of East Coast Training. She could tell you it is like, and it's probably tripled since you've been there.
Yes, right.
Huge.
I remember when she initially started, it was only 2 conference rooms, and the last one I went to was about 5.
Yeah.
5 classes.
So now it's the upstairs and the downstairs. Yeah, so we've taken over. It's very huge. Definitely be there. We'll come up with a date for our first team social. Dave and Buster's, I want to do a vote to see which one you want to go to, whether the White Marsh one or the one in Arundel Mills. I'm thinking the one in Arundel Mills would probably be better for everybody to meet up there. And it will pick a Sunday that works best. And other than that, thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. I know somebody just joined in. Who just joined in? Who's on the Galaxy? Somebody joined in. I don't know who joined in, but oh, who is that? Girl, you late to the party. Look at you. You are late to the party.
I know. I'm sorry. Hi, everybody.
We just ended, girl. We just
Oh, my gosh.
late to the, but that's okay. So Danielle works in the lab, so that's why. So she has a good excuse. She was working. I'll send you the link to the meeting, Danielle. Once I
Okay.
upload it.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
I'm sorry I missed it. See y'all later.
You did. You tried. We give you E for effort. Oh, one more thing. I promise you this is it, but it requires gifts. So everybody is going to get a ticket from me. So just remember, Rosie, your last 2 digits are 47. Melanie, your last 2 digits are 48. Shalina, your last 2 digits are 49. I'll count since you came in. Danielle, your last 2 digits is 50. All right. So everybody is going to get a prize from me for showing up. I have a little gift table. You can pick whatever you want that's on the gift table. We have you. Yes, you get gifts. So we have, I can tell you your options. We have our wine mug, our Party 9 to Wine. So it's our cute little PR wine mug. We have a cute PR notepad. So hostess gifts, hostess notes to that. I use that all the time. We have Eric Worre. So if you don't know who he is, he's a big time network marketing teacher. And he has his GoPro for network marketers. So this is a CD, and you can listen to it in your car while you're going to your parties or you have long drives. This is going to help you get your business started. We have a 2018 planner. So you can actually keep this for booking your parties. So I always keep my calendar separate. I have a calendar that my clients see, and it has nothing but my parties and team meetings. And then I have my own calendar where I have everything in it. So this is what you would take to your parties to show your open dates. I mean, you can write their name and phone number and everything in there. So I have that. I have a daily planner. So you should be writing out what you want to do each day. So this tells you morning, noon, and evening. And the last one, which I thought was super cool, is another calendar on a clipboard, but write down your party calendar. They can see it, and then you can tear it off and tack it onto your wall so you know what parties you have to book and what hostess coaching and everything. So this comes with a cute little clipboard. All right. So when your number is called, you come up and pick what you want. So pretty much everybody will be going home with something today. All right. So let's. You had
that little bag with you.
Oh, I sure do. You're so smart. That's why I keep it around. All right. So first winner. Here we go. Foxy, you playing? Okay. All right. First number, ladies. I'm just going to do the last 2 digits because everything is the same. 47. 47. Who's 47?
That's me.
Yay! All right. So what would you like?
Can I do the Eric War CD?
Warwick, you sure can. Yes, you'll love him. He's awesome. All right, so Rosie gets the Eric Worre. I'll put that in the mail on Monday.
Thank you.
All right, next winner is 50. Who's 50?
Oh, me.
Look at you. I should have gone to get it.
I can meet you somewhere.
Okay, what you want? What you want?
A calendar.
Okay, one of the planners?
Yes, please.
Does it matter what color? Because I have different colors. So I got, pick which one.
She want that or she want that daily thing on there?
Oh, yeah. Do you want this? Yeah, she's got a calendar.
The third one from them. Oh Lord, I think it's gold. Brown gold.
This one?
No, neither. No. That.
This? Stop it.
No. That one.
This one? All right.
That one.
Boom. I'll give it to Katrina.
Hi, Katrina.
Oh, she's not here. I just know she closer.
Okay, that's cool.
And I know y'all work together, so.
Yes.
All right, next winner. 52. Yay!
That's how I do that thing.
Go ahead and pick what you want. Go ahead and get what you want. Get what you want.
What you think?
No, I want that.
Oh, the daily one. Oh no.
They all look so neat, but
All right, next person to pick is 51. Woo! Pick what you want. Next person.
other than wine in it.
It doesn't have wine in it.
But I'm saying I did something else.
Yeah, if
All
you
right, we
want.
got it.
Next, 49. 49. Yay, what you want?
I had to get you off of mute. I want one of the calendars.
One of the calendars.
No, they're not planners, right? They're just calendars. Is there anything that you can put like goals in?
I was going to talk to you about that.
Okay.
I'll message you some links.
Okay. Not the polka dots.
All right.
Yes.
I like Law of Attraction. My Law of Attraction planner.
That's because the law of attraction planner is a passion planner knockoff.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
I love my
Because
Law
it's
of
a-
Attraction.
Because it's a knockoff.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now.
I
They in
see
a
it.
lawsuit right now. When I tell you it's a knockoff, it's a real one.
48. Yes. What would you like?
I'll take a calendar. A polka dot one is fine.
All righty. And
53.
It's a 4.
53.
I was so torn though.
Myself.
Crazy. These are like
That's okay.
notes.
Ew.
See, like when she was talking about this, the game for the, you put that in there. It was wonderful meeting you. Oh, put it in. You can write their name on it real quick, so then they might be like, she wrote this for me.
Like that. Yay! Awesome. All right, now I'm officially done, ladies. So thanks so much. Doc says thank you too. He's coming around and finally saying hi to people. So thanks so much for coming on. Let me go ahead and stop the recording and